Are you ready for some football? Well, it's time for the Southern Seeds Big Game Special 1-hour show. We're glad you're here, and we have you covered from wings to games to parties to halftime entertainment. So get ready. The Southern Scene starts now.
Arts, entertainment, food, fashion, and fun. Now, here's Natalie Hendricks with the Southern Scene.
Well, hello everybody. I'm Natalie Hendricks, and welcome to our Big Game Day Southern Scene Special. You know, we're gearing up for the big game, and it is a special day as everyone's gearing up for the big game tonight, and we're here at the best place to be, Coach's Corner. And I'm so excited for today's show because I have a co-host, and I cannot wait to get through this show with this guy because you guys know him as the local sports guy, believe me. And he's gone on to play for college and 5 NFL teams?
5. Yeah.
5. I can't believe that. I have Josh Mallard with me. Josh, it's so great that you're doing the show with us today.
Well, I'm here for the wings, Natalie.
You're here for the wings. Oh, I thought you were here for me.
No, well, I'm here for the wings first.
Okay.
You're a close second, though.
Okay, close second, close second. I know you're gearing up for tonight's game, and you probably have a dog in the fight. I'm sure you have a favorite right now.
Well, I have friends on both teams.
Do you really?
I do. But I really think Seattle's going to pull this out.
You think Seattle's going to do it, huh?
No one's giving them a chance.
I don't know. You know, Tom Brady, I don't know if I can go against my boy, you know?
It's hard to bet against Tom Brady. It really is.
Well, you know, I mean, and a lot of controversy this year that we may talk about during the show a little bit. But you know what? Coaches is the place to be. Now, we've been talking about this on the show this week as they've been gearing up. Started kick things off on Thursday with their big Superfest. Loads of food, loads of entertainment, loads of TVs, and the guys are getting ready, women in here too, getting ready for the big game.
Yeah, they are. I had a really good time at that wing contest.
Okay.
You know, I didn't
How
eat
many wings did you eat?
Well, they do it by pounds. They weigh your wings, and then after you eat them, they weigh the bones and everything.
Oh,
so if you eat all the bones, that's a good strategy.
So you haven't eaten since then?
No, I have not. I actually took a nap here, and I just woke up about an hour ago.
Okay. You know, I'm surprised you're not actually going to the game because I can't imagine what people do to get tickets to this thing. Because we were talking about it earlier, and you were saying that people do all kinds of things to get these tickets. How much are tickets to the Super Bowl?
Well, for a player, Natalie, you're allotted 2 tickets, and they run about $1,000, so the player actually has to pay that in order to get them. They don't have to pay that, but most of the players do come up with $1,000 because that's a discount. I mean, right now the cheapest ticket I saw online is $2,800.
$2,800.
And since the game's about to start, I bet they're closer to $3,000.
Well, if you waited to get your ticket until this week, now you paid what could be the most expensive Super Bowl ticket in history. The current average list price, of course, nearly $6,500 last Monday. Yeah, you heard me right. And now Josh said that the lowest he's seen online about $3,000, so that's about a 114% increase. Wow, you know, Josh, you really have to love football to pay that kind of money for like a big game like this. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, even the sideline passes are going for $75,000.
$75,000.
Yes.
Now, would you pay that?
Personally, no. I've played on the sidelines, you know, for some of my career when I'm not on the field, so I couldn't imagine paying anything to sit on the sideline. You don't have a really good seat, so you can't really see anything. To me, I'd want to be about 30 rows up.
That's the prime spot.
That's the prime spot. Even I'd rather be in the nosebleeds than on the sideline.
So that's some great advice for you going to your next game. Well, you know, the University of Phoenix isn't the only hub having a lot of activity going on right now. You know, downtown Arizona, let me tell you, downtown Phoenix, there's a lot of big events buzzing right now.
Oh yeah, if you can imagine Athens on a Saturday, that's what the Super Bowl is going to be like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a college town. I mean, there's 3 big colleges within a 20-mile radius. So if you can imagine, it's going to be a giant party. It's going to be the cocktail party in Jacksonville. It's going to be Athens on a Saturday afternoon. It's going to be all that wrapped up in one.
So the big NFL experience.
Yeah, so the NFL has an NFL experience going on. This is probably the biggest thing they've got right now. And you can punt, pass, kick. You can bring your kids out. You can meet players. You can meet coaches. You could
do all kinds of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, you know, that looks like it's a lot of fun for the entire family.
It is, it is. You know, there's a lot of competition between NFL players and video games.
You know, and speaking of that, if you're looking to bring the fun to your home, maybe you're looking for a way to entertain the kids and maybe those adults that are not into the big game. Well, there's a new business over in the Low Country, and let me tell you, it's like a rolling truck, and it's called Game Truck, and they actually play all of these video games on board. What was your favorite?
I'd say Madden.
How did I not guess
Well,
that?
I had the initial Madden that came out on Sega Genesis. I think it was in 1990.
Okay.
Back when I was
That's where you got
2.
all your football experience?
It is, and I was really good at it. But now they have Madden 25, and you know, you have to be a really good coach in order to play the game.
It's amazing. So check out Game Truck in the Low Country. You know, it never fails. During the year, we're always looking for fun things to do, especially if we have kids or we have a special event where we are trying to entertain guests. Well, we have just the thing for you. Have you heard about Game Truck? Oh my goodness, it's the new thing, and you definitely want to hear about this. Joining me now is co-owner of Game Truck, Kelly Stockwell.
Hi.
It's so good to see you, Kelly.
You too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so amazed at this.
We are a mobile video game theater. We do birthday parties are our main gig. So we have 5 flat screen TVs inside. All the video game systems. We can fit up to 16 to 20 kids in there, and they all get in and play video games together and just have a blast.
You also handle corporate events and things like that,
Right.
and you've done some of the local businesses in and around our areas. I mean, even such as Gulfstream.
Right, yeah, we did their their family day out there. We do things like fundraisers, like for schools. We're the prize for when they do the most cookie dough sales and things like that. We can do charity things for different schools. I mean, we're pretty versatile. You know, anytime you need a party, we can come, we're there.
Is this something that's ongoing during the entire year, or is it seasonal?
No, it's the entire year. We have heat and air inside, so we can cut rain or shine.
What is the process? I mean, obviously there's a consultation and you find out what they're looking for.
Right, yeah, the mom or whoever calls, and we book and find out, you know, how old and everything and what they need, and then we show up, and it's 2-hour parties, and we show up wherever they need us to. We can come to the house, we can come to a park, we can do pizza places, you know, wherever you need us to be. We'll show up, mom comes in and kind of goes over all the games and stuff like that, and she does what the kids can play or not play, and we take them right off the wall, nobody even knows, and then the kids just come in and have fun. It's really easy. I mean, there's no trouble for the mom at all.
Okay, I know our viewers are really, really curious as to what's inside. So do you think we can take our Southern Scene cameras inside and see what goes on inside Game Truck?
Absolutely, please.
Wow, take a look at this. Now, we are inside Game Truck, and I'm with the other co-owner, of course, co-owner Jason Stockwell. Hi, Jason,
Hey,
how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Now, you're the brains in here. So, you know, Kelly on the outside,
Yep.
and you handle everything in here.
Yeah, Kelly works with the moms and I work with the kids.
You're brave, I will have to say. You're quite brave. Now, what is this like on the inside? I mean, tell us what we're looking at here.
We've got all the game systems that are available right now. The Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, those are the newest ones, the Wii U, and we keep an updated list of games ready to go for every party. This way we've got a little bit of everything. We can cover everybody's favorite flavors.
Who has the most fun, the kids or the adults? Because, you know, I know that you guys handle a lot of festivals and corporate events and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard to say, honestly. I think the grown-ups like seeing the kids having such a good time, so, you know, it's really good for them as well, you know.
So they have a good time coming in here.
Oh, yeah.
But look at how comfortable this is. I mean, you have all of these comfortable leather. I mean, the seating is just,
Yeah, I mean, we decked it out like a limo, you know. We want it to be, you know, we want it to be the best birthday party that they've had.
Let me ask you this, Jason. A lot of Southern Scene viewers out there watching right now, what would you like to say to them regarding Game Truck? You know, maybe they are looking for that special thing to do to entertain their kids, or they have their friends, their adult friends they want to entertain, or maybe they have their co-workers they want to do something nice for. What would you say to our Southern Scene viewers out there to give Game Truck a try?
Yeah, absolutely. Just give us a call. It's just one phone call is all it takes, and we deliver excitement. You won't forget it.
Wow, I love love game truck. I wish they would have had that when I was young. Don't go away when the Southern Scene returns. From pizza to kids' treats to desserts, we'll make sure your party platters are so full your guests won't want to leave the table. Don't go away. We'll be back with that and more right after this. Welcome back to the Southern Scene Big Game Special on WSAV. We're still here at Coach's Corner, and this is where it's all been happening. Of course, their Superfest kicked off on Thursday, and they've been preparing all kinds of things. Wonderful entertainment they've had, but how about the chicken wings?
You know, their wings and pizza here are probably the best in town, and my parents, they live about 4.5 hours from here, and the first thing they do when they come to Savannah is come to Coach's and get their pizza and wings.
This is where they want to come.
This is where they come. This is their favorite.
You know, I love all the different kinds of flavors, and you're not lying. I mean, Josh, because the pizza is delicious here.
Pizza's great. John, the owner here, he's great, and I've known him since I was a kid, and I can tell you I've never had a bad pizza here. Not one time.
So here's the thing. If you want to come in for some great pizza at Coach's Corner, well, you know where the place to go. But if you want to pick up a pizza and prepare it in the kitchen at home, well, we have you covered there too, because we've got just the thing for you at Papa Murphy's.
Key for this pizza is that we make everything fresh here in the store. We make everything from scratch, so when you get it home and actually bake it at your house, it's a nice, fresh, hot pizza. We have everything from, well, 3 different kinds of crusts. We have our thin crust delight, which is a super thin crust, very tasty crust. We have our original crust, which is kind of in the middle of the road crust, and then we have a stuffed pizza, which actually is 2 crusts put on top of each other, with most of the topping stuffed in the middle with sauce, cheese, and other topping on top. Well, the key with ours is, once again, you know, you bake it at your house, so you can easily pick it up the day before and have it in your fridge, so you can bake it whenever you want it, or you can pick it up in the middle of the pregame show, where you can put it in the oven and actually have that nice smell in the air while you're watching the game.
You know, during sporting events, Josh, it seems like the food is, I mean, chicken fingers and pizza. I mean, a lot of that prepared, not just in Coach's Corner, but all over. Were you a picky eater?
Very picky, Natalie.
How can you be a picky eater and be the athlete that you ended up being?
My mother's picky.
Your mother's picky?
Yeah, my dad used to force feed me oysters when I was a kid, and I'd gag them down, and to this day, I can't even look at an oyster.
But you were a picky eater.
Very picky. In fact, if you ask any one of my friends who's the worst person to order with, they're going to mention me.
They're gonna
But I do tip 25%, no matter where I go.
Okay, so you're a good tipper.
I'm a good tipper.
Well, you know what? It's true. You know, parents do know that there are a lot of picky eaters out there, but it's okay, because you know what? Here locally, Alien Edge of Tummy Time Foods, well, she gives us some great advice. She's come up with a way to show kids how to eat healthy, even at a football game.
One of the things that I would do is kind of think about the things that we may be having at our party for the big people, for the adults, and try to turn that into something that's healthier for the kids. So an example of that might be our pulled barbecue chicken sliders. You might be eating chicken wings or some other type of barbecue chicken dish, but this is great for kids. All you do is just take 1 chicken breast, you poach it with water over the stove, then once it's done, just shred it with 2 forks, and then add some all-natural barbecue sauce and get some whole wheat rolls, and you're good to go. I like the act of eating sometimes. So when you have a slider, you can have 2 sliders or even 3 sliders and it not be that bad for you, versus having a huge sandwich that's just 1, and then once you finish that 1 sandwich, you want some more. A lot of kids will not eat the carrot sticks or the celery sticks with the dip in it. They won't really go for that, but if you try to hide those veggies sometimes, they'll be more apt to try them. So these are actually broccoli and cheese patties. So you just take some fresh broccoli, chop it up really fine, mix it in with potato that you've cooked as well, some cheese, and I breaded it with just panko, and you just saute them on the stove, and that way they get to kind of dip some things. You can serve it with ketchup, with mustard, with barbecue sauce, and I have taken a little squeeze bottle of just plain non-fat yogurt and kind of drawn the little, you know, little football marks on them to kind of make it kind of game friendly. And of course you could use ranch dressing, you could use some sour cream, whatever you want to use, but I like to try to sneak in, you know, plain unsweetened things so that my son doesn't get too much of a sweet tooth. And my daughter, she's almost 1, and she loves these as well. These are little mini kitty cocktails for you. Instead of drinking sodas, there's a lot of sodas going around, and it's high in sugar, a lot of empty calories. A lot of times kids will get on a sugar high, then they'll have a sugar crash. So this is a great alternative for those kids and even adults alike. So we basically have just taken different fruit and herb flavors, mixed them together to make some unique flavors, and we're going to add some sparkling water to them to make fruit sodas. So right here we have ginger, vanilla, and lemon. We have blueberry and sage, and then also we have coconut and pineapple. So I'm just going to add a little bit of sparkling water. And you can serve these either unsweetened, or you can sweeten them with a little bit of honey syrup just made out of honey and water. You boil it up, kind of like a simple syrup, and just add that to the fruit juice, and you can have whatever combination, strawberry and basil. I mean, you can do whatever kind of flavors you'd like.
Okay, don't go away. When we come back, expert legal advice on if you're having that big game day party, some things you need to think about, and also we'll take a look at DUI laws. Don't go away. We'll have that and more when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Southern Scene's Big Game Special as we're gearing up for the big game tonight. I'm Natalie Hendricks.
And I'm Josh Mallard.
And we are here at Coach's Corner having a great time. You know, really, Coach's Corner is the place to be, no matter what the sporting event is. But now this has been the place to be this week as they kicked off their Superfest.
Yeah, and they have an app here too. I don't know if you knew about that.
Now, do you have the app now?
I do. I have the app. I downloaded it, and the first thing that came to my phone was free chips and dip.
Free chips and dip. That's all you have to do. You want to make sure you pay attention to that app, and we're giving you that opportunity to do that. And you can't deny the wonderful food they have here, no matter what you're looking for. And they also offer catering if you want to let them take the headache off of you of preparing the food. And speaking of preparing the food, a lot of people have parties during this time of year. I'm sure you've attended a lot of parties, after some of those games, and there are a lot of things that you need to think about during that time.
There's a lot of legal issues you have to worry about. It's not all about the fun. You really have to worry about how much people are drinking, and I'm sure you're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because DUI laws, they're constantly changing, and that's why we checked in with our legal expert Mark Tate of Tate Law Group to find out the very latest on the DUI laws and also something called party liability. During the year, there are all kinds of special events, holiday parties, sporting events, things going on when you get together with guests, and typically when that happens, alcohol's involved. And there are things that you need to think about, and that's why we're at Tate Law Group today to talk to our legal expert, Mark Tate, about DUI laws and also party liability. Hi, Mark. It's great to see you.
Good to see you again.
It's always good to see you. Let's talk about DUI laws.
Okay.
Because they're constantly changing, and they seem to get more and more strict.
Well, there certainly has been, over the last 30 years, a great focus brought on the terrible things that happen if you drink and are drunk and drive and hurt someone. Some people cannot obviously handle anything at all to drink and should not drive having had anything to drink. There are people who can have a couple of drinks in a social setting and drive home, but the legal limit in the state of Georgia, and really anywhere in the country now, to drive a regular vehicle as a regular driver is .08. And if you are .08 or more, then you are drunk and you are driving illegally. But you never, ever, ever have to give witness against yourself.
You don't have to incriminate yourself.
Absolutely not. You don't.
So let's talk about that. Okay, say you've had a few drinks and you get stopped by an officer.
Number one, and to be completely crystalline clear, do not get behind the wheel of a car if you've been drinking. There's nothing good that can ever happen from driving while you're drunk.
But Mark, it happens. So let's just say someone's been to an event, a game party, or he's going to ask, have you been drinking? He's going to probably do like a field sobriety test, different things that happen. So
here's the way it should go.
How should you handle that?
Yeah, the first rule is, as we've said, do not drive a car if you have been drinking. That's the first rule. If you go and you have a couple of glasses of wine on an empty stomach and you do that within an hour, you're going to probably be .08, and you're not going to know. You're going to be asked, have you been drinking? And at that point, you really need to say, I'm not going to discuss anything with you, officer. I respect you stopping me, but I'm going to need to speak with a lawyer. And just don't answer questions, because anything you say to a police officer that is voluntarily given to them, they can use against you. And if you say, yeah, I've had a couple of drinks, then the next thing he's going to say is, I need you to perform some field sobriety tests.
And you don't have to do that.
No, you don't. No, it is your right to say no. Your refusal to give witness against yourself is not evidence of your guilt. They have to prove it another way. And so there are going to be consequences for you declining all of these field sobriety tests. You're going to have your license suspended.
Okay, so many times, a lot of folks, you know, they're not going out to have a good time, or that they think they're being safe by, well, we'll just invite everybody home and to our house and have a huge party or something like that. There's still things that you need to think about, because there's something called party liability.
Yeah, social host liability.
Yeah,
you
so
don't want to
let's talk
serve
about,
minors. You can never serve a minor. If you do that, you're contributing to the delinquency of a minor. If they drive home and hurt somebody, you are strictly liable for it. You have no defense, and so you cannot ever serve a minor. If you have a party at your house, if you feed somebody alcohol until the point that they are intoxicated and you know they're going to drive and they do drive and hurt somebody, you can be sued by the person who gets hurt. If that child, if the person who you serve happens to be a minor, then you are in real trouble. Not only are you in civil trouble, but you're in criminal trouble.
Now, of course, we're talking about alcohol, but here's the thing. There are other things that can happen, you know, while you attend a party or you're at someone's house as well.
What?
Now, is that a homeowner held accountable if there's like some type of unforeseen
you got to be
accident?
no. The law, the touchstone of the law is reason, and so you're not held liable for things you didn't do. Civilly, you have to have a duty to the person who's hurt. You have to have breached a duty that you have to them, and that breach has got to cause an injury and damages. And so if you don't have a duty to them, then you can't be liable to them. If you don't discharge a duty to them negligently or intentionally, then you can't be liable to them. And even if you do have a duty, and even if you do breach that duty to them, if they're not hurt, then you cannot be sued. But here's the best thing about this, is that if you're going to have a party, and it's a one-off event, you can go to just about any insurance broker in Savannah, and they will happily sell you event liability coverage.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Mark, for joining us.
Thank
it's always
you.
great to see
you. It's a pleasure.
you.
Good to see you.
Great information there. Okay, don't go away. When we come back, something special. Two local boys, two former NFL players just having a conversation. We'll have that and more when we come back. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to the Southern Seeds Big Game Day Special. We're still here at Coach's Corner where it's happening. Everybody gearing up for the big game tonight. You know, it's not that often during this time when there's something this big going on that you have two local guys who've excelled so much in sports. They've played sports right here locally at some of the high schools, and of course gone on to play in college and played in the NFL for a variety of teams. But it gets even better than that. They've played together in the NFL. And so what was it like? Well, let's hear from them.
I'm here with Paul Carrington. Paul, you started your career out at South Effingham. How many times y'all beat BC?
Well, for the record, just so we're clear, Joshua, I played at Effingham County High School, the Rebels, and actually myself, I was 2-1 against Benedictine in my time there. So.
Were you really?
Yes.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Coach O'Leary from UCF recruited you, and he gave you a scholarship to go down there and play. What's it like playing for him?
He's a very demanding coach. We definitely burn the candle at both ends down there. He gets everything out of us at practice, and you know, playing for him and then actually coaching for him for the past 3 years, I've learned a lot as a player, really grown as a coach as well, and it's just really been an honor. We've won a lot of football games, won a BCS Bowl last year, and back-to-back conference championships the past 2 years.
That's great. And, we were lucky enough to play in the NFL together for the Falcons and the Broncos. We were actually roommates.
Yes,
and,
I remember that.
It was an interesting time. We won't tell any stories here on air about those times.
All right, fine.
But you were here all week. You were getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, this past Friday I was inducted into the Effingham County Athletics Hall of Fame. It was a really big honor. Just where I came from, starting out, I wasn't your prototypical kid from South Georgia. I was never really a big hunter or a fisherman or anything like that. I had a skateboard under my hand. I had hair down to my shoulders, and
wow, you're 6'7". Yeah. It's you're a skateboarder, huh?
Exactly. And I just gave football a shot when I was in the 6th grade, and of course, being that I never really played, nobody really gave me a shot at it.
When you're 6'7", you'll get a shot from somebody.
Exactly, and I just through hard work and perseverance, I just kept working at it, fought through a lot of adversity, and was fortunate enough to earn a scholarship to UCF. And
was most of the adversity you were fighting through was not hitting your head in a doorway when you walk under?
Well, that happens regardless. That's still happening today. I actually have a hard spot right here from the amount of time, so I really don't even feel it anymore. I just walk, and whatever happens, happens.
Well, congratulations on being inducted in the Hall of Fame. That's a great honor. Paul, the recruiting process is rigorous. Coaches are looking for different things now than they were 10 years ago. You've been coaching at UCF. You were kind of involved in the coaching process. What do you see differently now from whenever we were getting recruited?
Well, the thing that's different now is kids have a lot more access to just different training techniques, different places to train, the supplements. They're traveling all over the country. They're training in the off season. It's become a year-round sport, really. Whereas, when you and I played, it was pretty much you played football during football season, and then the off season you had an opportunity to play baseball or basketball or something else. Whereas I think nowadays football has become a year-round sport where you have to train year-round to be able to keep up with that level of competition.
And the athletes have shown, you can see the talent levels increasing just like it did from the 80s to the 90s, from 90s to 2000s. It's actually increasing now based on that productivity.
Absolutely. You're seeing records being broken at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels, and I think that's a direct indication of how the game's changed.
But before we get out of here, the big game starts pretty soon. Who are you pulling for?
I'm going to go with the team that has the experience playing in the Super Bowl. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
It's hard to beat the experience. I will give you that, and Tom Brady. But I think the defense from Seattle is just going to be too tough, and I see a 24-20 game. Seattle's going to pull this one out.
I can see Tom Brady and Gronkowski really, having a field day in this game with Seattle's secondary.
It'll be fun. I'm excited.
I mean, we'll see, right?
Let's see.
Well, Josh, that had to be a lot of fun because you guys didn't know each other when you were younger, right?
Right, we didn't, but he was a freshman when I was a senior at BC, so that was kind of like the height of my high school career. He was coming into high school, so I guess he knew about me. I didn't really know who he was until we got to the Falcons and we were fighting for the same job.
But to actually be able to play for, with each other in the NFL, not just for one team, but more than one team. I mean, that's incredible.
It's incredible. It's a great story, and it was lucky that we were both together at the same time. We got to live together, so those growing pains that you go through when you first get to a team, we got to have those together.
You got to have those together. Well, when it comes to attending sporting events, many people stress over what to wear. Now, obviously, I know what you were wearing on the field, but what did you wear to a game? Do you put a lot of thought into that?
Well, I haven't been to many games, but I will tell you this. My girlfriend, when I was playing for Denver, happened to come in December, and she'll never go back to another game because she froze to death. So I would imagine you'd rather be warm than cold.
Well, I tell you, we called on the experts here who knows how to dress you, and not only dress you and have the best fashion, but have the best style around. I mean, you have to shop at J. Parker Limited. It is the place to go, located in downtown Savannah. There are all kinds of events that we gear up for, and if you're looking for the hottest fashion around, they've been around for some time in our area, there's one place to go. J. Parker Limited, located right on Broughton Street, and I'm with owner Jimmy Parker right now. Hi, Jimmy, how are you?
Hi, Natalie. I'm doing well, and I hope you are.
Well, you know fashion, and you really do a great job working with your customers and helping them find that personal style. Why do you love doing that?
Well, first of all, I'm a people person, so I love working with people, talking with people, and helping people. Fashion is, that's fine. And we do a little fashion, or mainly style, classic traditional wear with a flair. And that's important too.
So, Jimmy, you have something for everybody, no matter what the special event is or what the sporting event is.
I sure do. And like for football example, if you're going to the game, you may need something for the climate. If you're going to a party, do you want to go or do you want to arrive? Do you want to make a statement?
I love that.
I mean, if you want to make a statement, we can deck you out. And I mean, but wear what you're comfortable in. Wear what you've
the
been
most important
seeing.
thing.
They know you as this person. They know you as that look. I'd say this season with the Peter Millar brands that we carry, they have their own school attire, universities and so forth. We have sold more, not just for the University of Georgia or Georgia Tech. How about all the Southeastern schools we carry, which I think is important. Georgia, Auburn, South Carolina, we have those. That's our proximity schools, but we can get any of them. So it's been exciting with Peter Millar. It's been exciting with Barber for your outerwear.
Why is Barber so popular? I mean, because it's really taken off. I mean, from their jackets and their vests, even shirts and hats, all kinds of things. Why has that become so popular? What makes Barber Barber?
The secret to it, I don't know, but I'm thriving off of it. I enjoy it. We carry men's and ladies, and it's been such a popular line. And also, they're not just staying where they were. They're moving on with different fabrics, different looks. Their ladies line is sensational. We actually sell more ladies Barber during the holidays than we do men's. The quilted look is in, it's gonna be bigger next year. They've got the scarves, the hats, they've got the gloves, they've got everything you need for the climate that's outside or comfortably inside. Their vests, their sweaters. It's just a fantastic line for men and women, and we have it.
Now, Jimmy, Jay Parker's been a part of this community for a long time, and now you're right here on Broughton Street. Why is this so important to you, to really get to know your customers and really be a part of this community?
Well, I think it's important to know someone when they walk in the door. The best two words they can hear is, "Hello, Natalie." Think about it, and we do that.
I
and
always
what's
feel
happened,
so welcome here.
I tell you what's amazing, this is a destination store for people throughout the Southeast now. They come to Savannah, they shop at Jay Parker. And they've been coming now for 12 years now. It's been very rewarding to know that people care, to continue to come back, know what we carry, tell their friends about them. So when they come to Savannah, so-and-so sent me in here to be sure and meet you and buy something from you. You have the stuff that they like, and you have the stuff that other people wear as well.
Well, Jimmy, I want to say thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Always letting me come in here and shop and taking care of my style, but also letting us bring in our Southern Scene cameras and keeping us up to date.
Well, it's good to be a part of Southern Scene, I can tell you that.
If you'd like more information on Jay Parker Limited, remember, they're located right on Broughton Street. You'll find the information you need right on your screen.
You know, Natalie, when I first got back from Las Vegas and moved back to Savannah, I walked into Jay Parker and saw Jimmy, and I was wearing my club gear. That's all I knew from Las Vegas. So he sat me down and he dressed me, and that's what I'm wearing now.
So he takes care of you.
He does.
You cannot deny the great fashions at Jay Parker and also Jimmy's style and help. Well, don't go away. When we come back, we're going to get you moving. We're going to visit a dance class where you can really work up a sweat just like a professional athlete. We'll have that and more right after this. Don't change that channel. Welcome back to the Southern Scene's Big Game Day Special. Of course, we're still here at Coach's Corner, where everyone's gearing up for the big game. You know, Josh, athletes have to be in incredible shape, but I don't think you necessarily have to just play football to be the healthiest you can be.
No, that's not true. In fact, many of the athletes in the offseason, they'll do CrossFit, they'll do workouts you've never even heard before. Anything that can keep them in shape and give them an edge, they'll do it.
Well, as a matter of fact, dancing too, right?
Absolutely. I actually did dancing a couple off seasons with some teammates. I don't want to name them, but it definitely helped me improve on the field.
You know, as a matter of fact, there's a place right here in Savannah that will definitely help you work up a sweat. Not only that, you can learn the latest dance moves from a trainer to the stars.
Well, we're Salon de Baile Dance and Fitness Studio. Our mission statement is dance and fitness is for everyone. So we teach 3 different types of programs. We have dance instruction, dance and fitness, and then personal fitness. We have ballroom dancing, salsa, hip hop, jazz, tap, ballet, and belly dancing. Today, Louis Van Amstel with Dancing with the Stars is actually opening it up to the public. It's a master class for his fitness program called Le Blast.
Le Blast is my dance fitness program that I created after being on Dancing with the Stars for 9 seasons. And I thought instead of people watching Dancing with the Stars, it's about time that they could learn what we put all the celebrities through with all these fun dances, the cha-cha, the salsa, the jive, we do hustle, disco. We reminisce about a lot of dances from the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s. and yet you change your body. But it's all under fun. And even though it can get dramatic on the show, you can also get dramatic results with your body, because most of these celebrities, they lose so much weight and they feel so much better about themselves. And that's all I want. That's why I'm here in Savannah, Georgia.
He trains all of his master classes and his instructors himself. So instead of sending out, people that he's trained before, he does it all in-house himself. A lot of celebrities don't do that with their fitness programs, so it's a little bit more personal, and we appreciate that about him because we're getting it straight from the source.
This is my second time in 1 month, so I love this town. It's such a mix of culture, history, also very progressive, and especially when it comes to the arts. I mean, Scott, it's one of the biggest schools in the world, or colleges. So it's such a great mix of young and old, new, and very traditional. I love Savannah. Such a great energy.
We've had a lot of people talk about it and hype up about it. We have the program actually ongoing here now because I'm certified and we have 2 other instructors that are certified here in La Blast. So our classes are pretty packed. Once they try it, they're like addicted. We're actually one of 2 studios in the state of Georgia that actually have certified instructors. The other studio is in Augusta and they have 1 instructor, where we're in Savannah and we have 3.
Now that looks intense. Okay, don't go away. When the Southern Scene returns, more great food. We're going to show you how to make some great game day parfaits with our good friends from Bluebell Ice Cream. We'll have that and more when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Southern Scene's Big Game Day Special. Of course, we're still here at Coach's Corner. This is where it's happening as everybody's gearing up for the big game. They're all about the wings right now. There's so many different flavors. What's your favorite flavor?
Here, my favorite flavor is Tiger.
Now, Tiger, why is your favorite flavor Tiger?
It's got a little bit of spice, just the right amount, but you can bring a date here and the girl's not going to complain about it being too spicy, but it's got the right amount of sweet, but just enough heat to kick it up just 1 notch.
So it's all about the date, really, and not about the wing.
Well, I'm single, Natalie.
Okay, so you hear that out there, he's single. Well, John Henderson said they're probably going to go through about 10,000 wings, this weekend alone, but he says the most popular is Texas Pete. Josh, so let's dig in and try this out real quick and see how this Texas Pete is.
It's got butter in it too.
It's got butter in it. That's good. That's good.
We're not counting calories on Sunday.
No calories when you're eating wings at Coach's. But I wonder how many wings are actually going to be cooked and provided, all over the country.
A lot.
Well, it's true. Coach's knows that sports fans love chicken wings. Now, according to the National Chicken Council, Americans will consume 1.25 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday, making Super Bowl Sunday the country's #1 wing-eating day. Now, to put that many wings into perspective, that's enough to place 572 chicken wings on every seat in all 32 NFL stadiums.
That's even more wings than I can eat, Natalie.
I don't know about that, Josh. But after wings like this, you really have to have something sweet. You can't forget about dessert. And I know you're a sweet eater, and that's why we called on our good friends at Bluebell Ice Cream to help us make up some game day parfaits. Well, you know what? If you're a sports fan, well, not only do we have you covered, our good friends at Bluebell Ice Cream, well, they always have you covered. And of course, joining me is my good friend Stephen Payne
How
here
are you?
at
Good to see you again.
Now, of course, no matter what the sporting event is, of course, we're gearing up for the Super Bowl,
Exactly.
but no matter what the sporting event is during this time of year or throughout the year, this makes a wonderful, wonderful thing, because guess what we're going to be doing? Game day parfaits. You heard me right. Game day parfaits.
Game day parfaits. Real quick, real easy. You can use anything for toppings. You'll see what we're using, but anything and everything that has anything to do with a color of your favorite team. Exactly.
All right, so let's get going here. We've got that wonderful homemade vanilla.
Yes, homemade vanilla. Real easy. And like I said, you can use any flavor you want.
So you're just going to dip the ice cream for us.
I'm going to take 1 scoop.
Uh-huh.
Right to the bottom.
Okay.
And then what I've chosen to do today is just using the little sugar sprinkles to decorate with the favorite colors.
Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle this.
So as much or as little as you want. So I'm going to coat it really good.
Okay, so
you can see that red.
Right, and then I've got of course, I've got the great blue going on there for Georgia Southern. Okay, so now what happens?
Now we're going to put another scoop of ice cream.
Okay.
Right on top of that. And now you're going to alternate your color, or if you wanted to use the same color.
You could do. Okay, I'm going to go with some yellow here.
So I'm using some chocolate sprinkles as my black.
Okay, so we've got some, I've got the blue and yellow going here.
And you can do anything and everything, like caramel sauce and yellow food coloring will make gold.
Oh.
So you can use that as a gold. So even food coloring, using on different pieces or different things that you can use in the ice cream, the food coloring can even flavor or color the ice cream itself.
And then also, you know,
scoop.
also you can, I would think that you could use fruit toppings if you
Fruit
wanted to
toppings,
use anything from cherry toppings to blueberry, any kinds of things that you can come up with. Whatever you like to eat ice cream with, that's the great thing about homemade vanilla. Whatever you put with it, it's going to be good.
Exactly, and everything's going to blend in there. You can see the red slightly turning pink, but everything's going to blend together.
You thought you were going to have that big and tough, you know, red and black.
And then throw a football flag in there, throw my spoon down.
I'm going to put a little yellow on top.
And there's my halftime dessert.
Oh, look at you. So you've got the football all going, and I've got a little yellow. Look at that. And then I'm going to choose the football too. I love it. And you know what? If you want to have fun with it, you could even put some topping on there with some whipped topping.
Yeah, whipped topping. You said the cherries, anything and everything you can imagine that goes with ice cream.
The great thing is just anything goes, and it's all about having a great time, because isn't that what it's all about during game day? It's all about having a good time, and what better way to have a good time than with Bluebell ice cream, those game day parfaits.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I don't know who won here. I think mine's prettier, but he's all about the competition too, but I think we did pretty well.
I think so.
It's always good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Always.
If you'd like more information on Bluebell ice cream and these fabulous game day parfaits, go to the information you see right there on your screen. You'll find their website, and they have all kinds of information on that website. Take the time to make these fabulous game day parfaits and try some of that Bluebell homemade vanilla. Believe me, you'll be glad you did. You can also get in contact with us here at the station. Find us on Facebook, The Southern Scene. Also, be sure to like us. Or you can go to our website, WSAV.com. Just be sure to click on our Southern Scene page. We'll make sure we put you in contact with our very good friends at Bluebell Ice Cream. Okay, that will definitely sweeten things up. All right, don't go away. When we come back, we'll check in with attorney Jamie Casino. You remember his epic Super Bowl commercial last year? Well, get ready, because he's bringing another one this year. We'll have that when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Southern Scene's Big Game Day Special. It's game day on the Southern Scene. As you know, we're all excited for the game, but a lot of us tune in just to see the halftime show. Well, today, Katy Perry will entertain millions of football fans, and she's being joined by Lenny Kravitz. Tony Award-winning actress Idina Menzel will sing the national anthem. Menzel won a Tony in 2004 for her role in the Broadway musical Wicked, and also sang the Oscar-winning song Let It Go from the hit movie Frozen. And nine-time Grammy Award winner John Legend will perform America the Beautiful. You know, that's a lot of great entertainment. Now, I'll have to say, Josh, I always look forward to seeing the football game, but I do look forward to the halftime shows as well. I mean, can you remember a favorite halftime show, or, you know, something that you've seen in the past?
You know, at halftime, all the players are in the locker room, but you two played at one of my games, and I can assure you, I promised myself I was going to get out for at least 10 seconds of that. And I told Coach I left something on the sideline so I could go out and see him.
So you could at least catch a glimpse.
I got a glimpse of it. Unfortunately, that was the only band I saw, but it was you two.
And it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Well, I'll tell you something that I'm looking forward to this year. I'm very curious about. I think everybody's going to watch this year to see what Jamie Casino has in store. Now, you're gearing up for the big game because you've been kind of hard at work. You gave us quite a surprise last year.
Yep, we're back in halftime again, first commercial break. WSAV this year, local affiliate. We love dealing with local people, and we think it's going to be epic again, so we'll see.
Well, now, I will have to say, Jamie, last year was pretty epic.
I thought it was going to measure on the Richter scale here in Savannah, but I didn't realize it was going to shockwave.
Because you really got national attention with this.
Yes.
What did that feel like after the fact?
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't know why they were, because I didn't get it. I just wanted to ruffle his feathers.
Are we
Really,
going to see another spot? Are we going to see something else in? Because word has it that we're going to see something else during the big game.
I don't know. You just have to wait and see.
Oh, you're going to give me that again? Okay. Okay. Well, let
Hey,
me
last
ask you
time
this.
I wouldn't tell nobody. Actually, there were 3 people that were able to view it. I wouldn't show it. My parents didn't know. No one.
So you're not going to let my Southern Scene viewers in on any little tidbit, what it may be a little bit about?
It's 2 minutes.
2-minute spots during game week.
Okay. And I'll go as far as say, I think, and it's subjective, that it's the most epic anti-bullying spot in history. There's this, in my opinion, is an all-you-can-eat buffet of several different issues. So hold on to your hats, watch the first commercial break at halftime. It's a 2-minute ad, and I think it's going to be a smash hit.
Okay, that definitely heightens your curiosity.
That is going to be epic.
I'm going to be looking for it. Okay, well, you know, that's going to wrap it up for our big game day special. Now, remember, Coach's Corner is the place to be tonight. We want to thank them for letting us bring our Southern Scene cameras in to have a little fun with them. And Josh, I want to thank you for being here as well, co-hosting the show with me.
Well, I had a great time. I appreciate you having me.
Well, I hope that you'll come back and be a part of the show again.
Will there be wings?
There'll definitely be wings. We'll make sure we have wings every single time. Now, you're pulling for the Seahawks.
The Seahawks are going to win this.
The Seahawks all the way?
They're going to win it.
I haven't made my decision yet, but I might have to pull for Tom Brady. I don't know.
It's hard to bet against Tom Brady.
Okay, but next time, you're going to be co-hosting the show at my next sporting event.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And if you have a story idea for us, or you'd like to send us a message, we're easy to find. You can find us on Facebook, The Southern Scene. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook. Or you can always go to our website, WSAV.com. Just be sure to click on our Southern Scene page. Remember, what's important to you will always be important to us. And besides, we love hearing from you. And as always, keep your eyes open. Our Southern Scene cameras, I can assure you, they're always out and about. And you never know when you might be seen on the Southern Scene. See you next time.